At the moment of this recording, the Kindle Scribe's market launch is still a few weeks away, but Amazon briefly already published the user guide on their website. By mistake it seems, because it was removed shortly after. It gave a little more insight into key functions and how they're integrated into the well-known Kindle user interface, but also leaves a few questions unanswered. Here's what I've learned from the leaked Kindle Scribe's manual, which I have on here on my Huawei MatePad paper. Just keep in mind that the market launch is still a couple of weeks away, so some details might change until then. The top bar on the home screen now includes an icon to quickly create new notebooks. The actual image of the placement is missing, but from what I can gather from the text, it's placed beside the search bar and store icon and replaces the 3-dot menu button. The menu button is placed somewhere else instead. More on that in a second. So it will look something like this photoshopped arrangement. That way, creating a new notebook is only a tap away. The rest of the home screen seems to be the same as on other Kindles, meaning that you get a list of your recently opened, purchased or downloaded items at the top and shop recommendations right below. As far as the manual goes, the recent items list only includes the library items and not the notebooks. The bottom navigation bar, which was introduced in the first half of 2022 on other Kindles, was changed to get to your notebooks and now also includes the mentioned menu button from the top. Currently it only shows the home and library shortcut on other Kindles and the latest book in the middle as a quick link. On the Kindle Scribe, it looks like there will be 2 more navigation items, notebooks and more. That's 4 navigation items in total, and additionally your most recently opened book or notebook in the middle like it's displayed currently as well. Again, there's no image in the manual of that new arrangement, but using the description as a reference, it should look something like this. The More section includes reading lists, Goodreads, the web browser, settings, legal information and the option for viewing all ads. I suspect they copied that last bit from other Kindle manuals because the Scribe is only sold without ads. There's also a reference to page turn buttons when disabling the touchscreen, which most likely is also copied from another manual, since the Scribe doesn't have any buttons, other than the power button of course. According to the manual, the notebook section will be structured a little bit differently than the library. Instead of collections, the user guide is mentioning folders, which means you can organize your notebooks that way. Folders show the number of included items in the overview, but it's not clear if those are actual folders in the file system or just virtually created by using a tag system. Either way, notebooks and folders are synced to the cloud if you have an active internet connection and WhisperSync enabled. Accessing notebooks through the Kindle app will be available in the beginning of 2023. Notebook settings include changing the name, cover image and template of a notebook. The notebook's covers are shown either in a grid view or a list view, same as with the books in the library. Templates are different page styles which are applied to all pages of a notebook. So a notebook can consist of several pages. Note-taking in a notebook can be done with several different options chosen from the writing toolbar, some of which we've already seen in the official announcement and product page videos and images. There's the pen function with different stroke thickness options, the highlighter again with the option to adjust thickness, and the eraser which also has a width option and 2 other options on how it's working. With the pointer mode, you can use the stylus for tap and swipe actions. There's also a reference to the mail toolbar, which is not mentioned anywhere else, so it's not entirely clear what is meant by that. However, the section in the manual about exporting annotations, marked up documents and notebooks describes exporting those via email. So it looks like the Kindle Scribe can be set up for sending emails. If it's just for exporting annotations, marked up documents and notebooks, or if it's a full-blown email client is not clear because it's not mentioned anywhere. So let's get back to note-taking. Besides handwriting directly inside a notebook, you can also use the sticky note function, which seems to be useful if you want to add something but have no space left, or to simply add some thoughts to something you wrote. The writing toolbar can be minimized as well and either positioned on the left or on the right side of the screen. Undo and redo functions are also available for managing your last actions on the page. Note-taking in Kindle ebooks works a little bit differently, as we have already seen in the official presentation. The writing toolbar will only have 2 options, the pointer and sticky notes. The sticky notes function will open a canvas on the screen where you can use the stylus to create handwritten notes, which are then pinned to the position you selected before. I think the reason Amazon chose to only create sticky notes inside Kindle ebooks is the reflow situation of the text. Adjusting font style and text size will shift the whole text, and there's no way to reliably pin handwritten marks to the correct position if the text flow is changed. Limiting the handwriting function in an ebook to sticky notes solves this problem. The story is a little bit different with PDF files, because the manual states that for certain files that are imported using the Send to Kindle function, it's also possible to directly write notes on a page, same as in the mentioned notebooks. What's not clear is if it's also possible for PDF files which you just copy over via USB-C, or if the Send to Kindle function is mandatory. So that's pretty much all the note-taking relevant information I was able to extract from the leaked Kindle Scribe's manual. Everything else related to ebooks and audiobooks seems to be the same as on other Kindles, which honestly isn't surprising because the user interface is easy to use and was just updated recently, most likely in preparation for the Kindle Scribe. Let us know in the comments below what you think, and also subscribe for the full review of the Kindle Scribe and comparison to other note-taking devices like the Remarkable 2, Huawei MatePad Paper or Onyx Books Note Air 2 Plus. Thanks for your time watching and see you in the next one.